Hi, I'm Craig, and welcome back to another on-the-road video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. Today, we will be taking a look at this Whirlpool electric freestanding oven. We will show you how to remove, test, and replace your dual element infinite switch. To begin the repair, we must first access the back of the unit. Stop. Before beginning any repair, always be sure to disconnect the power to the appliance. It is also recommended to test the outlet for the proper voltage. The tools you will need for this repair are a number 2 Phillips screwdriver and a voltmeter. To access your components, you must first remove this bottom cover. It is held on by 2 Phillips screws. Once the screws are removed, pull down, slide out, and set it aside. To remove the top panel, you must go around the perimeter and remove the Phillips screws that are holding it on. I always recommend keeping the top 2 screws in and taking them out last. Push in to hold on to the top. Remove your first screw, remove the second, pull out on the bottom and slide down and set it aside. Now that we have the back panels removed, we have clear access to our dual element infinite switch. Now, the reasons why I'd be replacing an infinite switch is if the element is staying on, since this is a dual element, maybe one of the portions will not work, or maybe one of the portions is staying on. The first thing I would check is the wiring. Make sure nothing is burnt around the harness. Next, unplug your harnesses. Look inside, make sure the terminals will make a good connection and nothing's burnt. Do the same with the opposite one. And then sometimes you can actually smell that this portion is burnt because internally it has a small chip and it can be burnt up inside. Now to test your infinite switch, with the unit turned off, I will turn my meter to ohms. I will set it on an audible tone, so if there is continuity, you should hear a noise. And we will test between L1 and H1, L2 and H2, followed by, these ones are unlisted, but it's right below L1 and right next to H2. And you'll see we have no continuity. Now, if you go to the single stage portion of the element and we test between L1 and H1, we have continuity. L2 and H2, we also have continuity, but the other portions I told you to test will not. Now the moment you switch your element knob to the dual portion, if we test between L1 and H1, continuity, L2 and H2, continuity. Now the difference here is between these 2 testing spots. Now we will have continuity as opposed to previously when it was in the single stage, we did not. Now if you have any different readings than that, it's probably an indicator that you have a bad infinite switch. So first, turn your knob off, and to replace it, you have 2 Phillips screws on the front of the control panel that will need to be removed. When removing the second one, make sure you hold on to the infinite switch, pull it out, and set it aside. When installing your new infinite switch, the first thing you want to do is make sure that the flat side is going toward the top, as well as the lettering is right side up. Slide in your infinite switch, line it up, and install your first screw. Install your second screw. Next, slide your knob back on the infinite switch, followed by reinstalling the Molexes. Now the orange wiring was over toward the H2 side, followed by your black wiring on the right side. Now we can reinstall the back covers. To install your top panel, you must slide the top behind the control panel and push up. Make sure your screws are aligned. Install your first screw. Install your second screw. Next, reinstall the screws you took off from the perimeter. Now we can reinstall our bottom cover. To reinstall your bottom plate, you will notice there are tabs on here that correspond with the slotted area on the frame. Line these up and slide them in. You may have to press in on the sides to line them up correctly. Once they're in, slide up on the plate, reinstall your 2 bottom screws. And this will complete your repair. Thank you for watching another quality video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com.